things first, what do you make of the statements that the IGP made today, and do you think this was the right approach?
First of all, it is strikingly odd that when security officers in this country talk about policing or providing security services, they talk about crushing. And the important question to pose is, who do they want to crush? Apparently, they want to crush the citizens. And now that should be standing in sharp contrast with their obligations as officers of the law, as enforcers of the law, and that is absolutely disturbing. The other thing to note is that rule of law requires that everybody operates within the law. Even law enforcement officers are supposed to operate within the law. And where they stand in breach of the law, they should be held accountable. And for anybody to say they will commit excesses and walk away with it, that cannot be accepted, both domestically but also internationally. And I think what the citizens expect of the law enforcement officers is to say everybody should obey the law. And security officers that break the law will be held accountable. Nobody is above the law. That's what I expect. That's what I expect, for example, the IGP to be saying. The challenge we have in this country, the tensions between professional policing and regime policing. So some police officers consider it their responsibility to secure regimes. And in that case, then they will listen to orders from above, some of which are unlawful orders. And so what is playing out in that regard is a manifestation of regime policing as opposed to professional policing. Ideally, one would expect that a police officer that has been assigned to a candidate is a professional police officer. And therefore, a security structure linked to the Electoral Commission. You know, Electoral Commission is in charge. So ideally, where there are challenges, there should be consultation between security and Electoral Commission before anything is done.
Journalists have equally been warned not to exceed certain limits and to always adhere to what the security operatives tell them. Of what impact do you think this is going to have on journalists' role to deliver credible information, objective information, if they do not have access to certain parts that they may want to get access to?
Journalists are human rights defenders. They operate on the front lines, sometimes actually coming in harm's way. And the responsibilities and duty of security officers is to provide security and protection to the journalists while doing their work. So for security officers, law enforcement officers now issuing threats, because these are threats to journalists, it is disturbing, but it's still a hallmark of the whole kind of security framework that we are having now in this country. It is about threats, it's about crushing, it's about dealing with people with a heavy hand.